Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andie. So it's really early in the morning. It's just after 1 AM and I thought to myself, well, I need to do this soon. What I need to do is an eyeshadow palette declutter. So we're going to be purging my eyeshadow palette and the ones that I know that I'm not going to use. I've still got to test a few yet. The ones that I know that I'm not going to use, I'm going to pass on to my niece. And the ones that I'm really not sure about, we need to be testing in the next couple of weeks just to see if I can pass them on. And some need to be decluttered into the bin as well. I've got a couple of really big Morphe palettes and they're really old, so I would not give that to her. They just need to go in the bin. I have had use out of them and I was going to test them, but I don't use them and I'm not being drawn to them either. So yeah, let's just see what there is in the collection. There's a little like palette holder here and I know there's maybe one or two that I'm thinking about decluttering. There's not much because that's like my high-end stuff. In the drawers I've got high-end and drugstore. So what we're going to do first is go through my little acrylic system, because I know for a fact there are some that I want to declutter into the bin by MUA. They're really old palettes and I'm not comfortable giving them to my niece as well, just because there was a bit of a drama going on around MUA, around some of the palettes having asbestos in them. It said it on a documentary I'd watched. Not any of the palettes I've got, but I don't want to take that chance, so I'm just going to declutter them all in the bin. Like I said, most of them are really old, and MUA have also said that they don't actually stock those palettes anymore. So yeah, I'm not going to pass them on. She's only 10 and I wouldn't pass them on to a friend either. So yeah, they're just going into the bin. Is it wasteful? Yeah, probably. But I'm not going to use them on my face, so I would never ever pass something I'm not going to use on my face to someone else. Anyway, let's stop here and let's go over to the drawers. Right, so that's the little makeup palette holder, what I've got recently. I have gone through it recently. I'm going to leave it in the cards, but I have added a couple of things into it. So I've added this stoned Urban Decay stone. It actually came in the end. And I've added the Too Faced Spicy palette. That's new. I think they're the only two big palettes. The Glam palette's here. And then normally the mini star goes next to it, but that's in my shop, my stash. So we're going to go through this later and I'll probably be decluttering one or two things, not many, because they're like the best of the best. So now I'm going to take you over to my acrylic system. Right, so it's strange to start, but we're starting at the bottom because this is all the palettes that I'm going to be decluttering into the bin. So we've got this MUA Romantic Effervescent palette. Now this is such a shame because it's got cool toned eyeshadows in it and I've only just got into cool tones and I've never ever wore this. If I hadn't have seen that video I would have definitely tried this formula out, but it's kind of put me off. So that one's getting decluttered. This one's really old. It's the Up All Night palette. I have had a lot of use out of that, so I don't mind decluttering it. We're off the tripod as well, guys, so if it's a bit shaky, that's why. Because I want to try and show you the palettes as well, so that's what that one looks like. Then we've got this one. I don't know if I've used it. If I have used it, it's only maybe once, twice. This one is the Fire Vixen. I think I did use it and it was really powdery. Really pretty though, but yeah, that's getting decluttered. Then we've got this one. I've never used this one and recently I saw it and I thought, well, I could have used, I'll show you. Boy, I would if I could actually get it open. Right, so that's what it looks like. So this shade here I could have used in last month's collaboration with the ladies that I collaborate with, because Colleen from Uniquely Individually Me wanted a pastel orange, but I just don't want to use it. I'll declutter it and I'm getting the Morphe Ice Fantasy palette for Christmas, so that one can get decluttered. Then we've got some glitters here. Now, I had it in my mind that I was going to declutter them. Some I might keep. This one is definitely being decluttered into the bin just because it's really, really old. It's I think it's an MUA one. Doesn't even say. No, it's a Revolution one, sorry, it doesn't even say. Wow, I just had a coughing fit, sorry about that. Right, so then we've got these glitters by Tanya Bear. Is that one silver? I think it is. I think I'll keep that. That'll make a nice Christmas look. And then there's a white one here. Oh, I like that one. We'll keep that one as well. This one's black. I'm going to get rid of that. And this one is gold. Let's get rid of that one as well. What are these? Glitter Junkie liquid body glitter. Let's get rid of that. And then I think this is like, yeah, face glue. Right, let me pick that up. Okay, so we're going to put everything in this box, and then at the end I'll just kind of like tell you what I'm binning and then tell you what I'm passing on to my niece. And yeah, so at the moment there's only that and those two glitters there. I need to find a different space. Oh, there's one at the back. There's actually more than one at the back. That's quite nice. Do I like that one better than I like the Tanya Bear one? That's a gold. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one as well. Keep this from Primark. So it just says it's loose glitter. And then we've got a gold here. I'm going to get rid of that as well. Just got these stupid cards from Birchbox. I'll just put them in there as well. Don't need them. I'm going to put these in this box. But I'll obviously put them away at the end. And these are just like all reward cards, so just put them on the bed. So we've got an empty drawer there, right? So I'm going to go up to the top now. Do you like my little snow globe? But yeah, I'm going up to the top. Right, I don't think there is anything from here that I can get rid of. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what's in them, and then I'm going to go over to the vanity and we'll look through them together, because I can't really show you, and I can't show you while holding the camera, it's just too heavy. So yeah, that's in the first drawer. Then we've got the second drawer. I might get rid of that one, a Smashbox. I don't use it. Cover Shot Ablaze Eye Palette, and it's such a shame. It's so expensive and I don't use it. But do I really want to be giving that to a 10-year-old? I might give it to my mum. Then we've got this third drawer down. I don't know if I want that Kylie palette either. I'm going to put that one on the chopping block, I think. That one's my mum's, so I'm going to put that one in there as well, because she needs that back. Well, she said I could keep it, but I'm not going to. Right, I think I'm going to declutter this one into the bin. Normally I would give it to my niece, but it gave me an eye infection, and I'm almost certain it was this that gave me the eye infection. And although I've sprayed it with sanitizer, rubbing alcohol should I say, I don't want to give it to her because it was nasty, that eye infection. So that's that drawer, and then we've got this drawer here. I don't think anything will be going from this drawer. No, I don't think it will be. I like everything in here, and I'll never get rid of these two palettes here. I just love Disney. Right, so what I think I'm going to be doing then, I think I'm going to be going through the smaller palettes first, and then in these drawers here, I've got two drawers of bigger palettes. If I've got time, if the video's not too long, when I say too long, I'm hoping it's not going to reach that half-hour mark. If it's longer than half-hour, I'm going to put it into sections like small eyeshadow palettes and then larger ones. I know it's a bit of a hassle, but I don't want it to be an hour long. I don't think anyone wants to sit through a video that long. So let's get started. Right, so guys, this is my end of year eyeshadow palette declutter. So we're going through the smallest ones first. I have never used this one. I got it one year for my birthday. And it's the, what's it called? I know it's Elizabeth Arden. 8 Elizabeth Arden eyeshadows. It doesn't tell me what it's called, but it's got, like it says, 8 Elizabeth Arden eyeshadows and this blush. That blush I really like the look of, so I don't really want to get rid of it. And I like the look of some of these plummier shades now. I didn't used to like shades like that, so I definitely want to try that soon. That is perfect. That's a perfect blush for this time of year. I'm not going to be swatching everything just because I want to get through this as quickly as possible. So that is a gorgeous blush. So that's that one. Then we've got my YSL makeup palette. It doesn't give me an exact name. This one is stunning as well, but the shades, they wasn't my cup of tea when I got it as a birthday present, but now they're more my cup of tea. So this is on a chopping block. I'll never actually get rid of the actual palette because I feel like this is so bougie. This is the most bougiest palette I've got in my collection, and it would make a good just travel mirror. I mean, it needs a good clean, but it's just so big. That isn't my kind of blush. It's like a baby doll pink blush. Can you see? It's very pigmented. I do want to try it out and just see how it looks, but yeah. And I won't use these lipsticks just because it's so old, but yeah, it's definitely on the chopping block. So I don't think we're getting rid of anything from this first drawer. Then I've got this. This is one of my favourite palettes in this drawer. It's the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Armed in Gorgeous. So this was part of the Vault collection she brought out. This was the only one I got. I do want the Ring the Alarm, I think it's called. This one is absolutely stunning, especially those 2 golds. Absolutely adore this palette. Then we have got this one. So inside this is all my Makeup Geek shadows. Well, the majority of my Makeup Geek shadows. So I think it's Makeup Geek up to there. And then I think it changes. What's this one? No, that's Makeup Geek as well. I know for a fact that one is Colourpop's Shark Attack. That is just gorgeous. And then these ones are MUA. These ones, let's take these out now, because I was waiting for when I did this declutter. Right, so 3 of those are getting decluttered. I don't want to declutter this unless it's dry. It's a little bit dry. How pigmented is it? Right, so I'm going to be testing that out soon. If I don't like the look of it, because they are creamier than that Colourpop shadows. I just think it's drying up, so that one could potentially go as well. And I'll be putting more eyeshadows in here. Right, so we've got, I'll tell you what I've decluttered. I don't know what that shade is. It's just like a gold shimmer shade. Then we have, they've not got shades on, just magnets. We've got like a peach one, like the Shark Attack from Colourpop. And then we've got this Pro Artist Refill Shimmer 02. So the next up is the Mappity eyeshadow palette. Everyone was complaining about this, guys. When it came out, so many people were complaining about it, but I absolutely love it. I'm going to try the more mauvey tones in an upcoming video, like these 3 shades here, because I'm into those kind of tones now. But this shade is absolutely stunning. Look at it. Look how can no one like that shade? It's absolutely stunning. Let me just do the others. I think it was more the mattes, because to me these the kind of like metallics, they're off the charts. Don't know if you can see it. I'm really at a bad angle for this. Just let me get some white. Yeah, so this one will definitely not be going anywhere. I got this at like half price as well because it wasn't doing good, but for me, I absolutely love it. When it first came to me, I just thought the eyeshadow was this bit. I didn't realise it came up, and I'm like, well, that's a bit strange. Now I understand why people don't like it. And then I watched a few videos on YouTube and I realised it actually came out. That was the novice in me. I didn't wear a lot of makeup at the time, so that's that one. And I've just realised I talked to you about this one, but I didn't tell you what shades were in here. Let's go over them briefly. Right, so we've got Creme Brulee. Absolutely love it. You can see there's a huge dent in that one. I'm going over the first row first. And the ones that I really like I will swatch. We've got Karma, which is falling on the floor. Good job. We've got Karma. This one's a duochrome. It is so pretty. I'm going to swatch this one. Even this is drying up. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it just because early hours of the morning, guys. Why do I feel like this is such a great time to be recording? It's just one of the perks of living alone, I guess. I mean, I can pretty much record at whatever time I want, and when I record this late at night, I don't seem to get interrupted by the neighbours, which is great for me. Right, so now we've got Bitten, and I'll be honest, I don't really like this shade. I got this on Jaclyn Hill's recommendation when I used to watch her all the time. Well, not all the time, but I used to watch her, and I don't anymore. It looks a nice enough shade, so maybe I should try it. Then I've got this one. Again, this was one of her recommendations. It's Steampunk, and I wore this for a video that I did for Nona, My So-Called Life 1977. She wanted to see what this would look like all over the eyelids, and I wore that with some other shades. I'm gonna link it to this video. That's what it looks like. That's a duochrome. It's like a dark bronzy brown, but it's got a black base. That's really nice. Should wear that more. Right, so now we're going on to the middle row. I'm just wiping my fingers. I said I wouldn't swatch them all, but seriously, I'm not going to swatch them all just because I don't want it to be extra long. Then I have Peach Smoothie, which you can definitely see I love. When I use this palette, I always use this shade. That one there. I don't know why I've swatched that. I love this shade as well. Oops, Cupcake. It's a really nice rosy pink shade. No, I'm not going to swatch everything. And I'm just sat here swatching things for you. Then the next one is Ritzy. Another shade I absolutely adore. Why I don't bring this palette out more, I don't know. Look at that. That is stunning. Then I have Showtime. Nice as well. This one's a dark brown. I don't know why I've got so many dark browns. I don't wear dark browns. I've already shown you Colourpop's Shark Attack, so we won't go through that again. And that's not a Makeup Geek shadow anyway. We've got Latte. It's just a normal brown, so you don't really need to see that. We've got Cosmopolitan. I ended up with two of these. I think what it was, I bought one of these separately, and then I bought one in a gift set when Beauty Bay did Makeup Geek. Why did they get rid of makeup? That's Cocoa Bear. It's just another dark transition shade, which I won't show you. Well, I've just shown it to you, but I just want to swatch it. And then we've got this one. This one is stunning, a legend. Look at that. And then I think we've got Cosmopolitan again. Yeah, so I don't need to swatch that either. So they're my favourites, I would say. I wouldn't say that's a favourite though. I've used it once since I bought it. But yeah, I mean, I do really like the duochromes and the foiled. That's a foiled shade. That's duochrome. That's duochrome. I think they're the only two I bought from them, because the duochromes from Makeup Geek are expensive, or they were expensive when they was on Beauty Bay. I think the eyeshadows, the normal eyeshadows, just the shimmers, were £5.99, and then the mattes, sorry, yeah, the mattes and the shimmers were £5.99, and then the duochromes and the foiled, I think, was either £6.99 or £7.99 each, and that's why I didn't get that many. And also, I didn't know the formula. I spent way over £100 on that first order, and I got a Z palette as well, and I'm sure I paid like £15 for that as well, which is crazy because, I mean, at the time, I just thought, well, everyone speaks so highly of Makeup Geek shadows, I'm going to just put in a big order. But now I genuinely try and think, and I even do my research before on YouTube and check out what the shades look like before I place a big massive order like that. Right, so I know about the controversy on Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the only palette that I've got. This was the first palette he brought out, and I don't have any of the others, and I'm actually thinking about maybe decluttering it. They just, like, the shadows are just getting like drier. Like, that seems really dry and lackluster, that purple. So that's called Violence. Rich Bitch, I think, is getting dry as well, even though it's a really nice gold. What else did I not like? I think Expensive, which is the green. I mean, look at it, it's just like falling off onto my hand. It's really nice, that, actually. I'm going to give it one more shot on the chopping block, and if I feel like it's just too old and the shades like it's dried up, like it's expired, which it probably has, because I've had it years at this point. I didn't get it when he first brought it out. I bought it when there was some kind of drama going around about Jeffree Star, and Beauty Bay had put it down in price. I think I paid about £20 for it, and everyone had been going on about it, and I just thought, well, I'll give it a shot. I haven't used it a great deal, but yeah, some of the eyeshadows have dried up, and I don't want to keep this in my collection if I can't use it. So that's a maybe, that might be going. This one I've just got recently off a friend. It's the Bellapierre Cosmetics Peach Blossom palette. Absolutely stunning. This one's not going anywhere. I've done looks with that, so that'll be coming up on the channel soon. Then this one, I used to have some Makeup Geek eyeshadows in here as well. Right, so let's have a look at these Tanya Burr ones. I might declutter these ones as well. Not 100% sure. Let's swatch them. That's a nice transition, but do I really need it? That's nice. I've got shades like it. And then we've got a dark brown. I'm going to declutter them. I didn't think I would, but they're going. Right, okay. Then we've got these. These have come from a company called Pretty Little Palette, or that was the name of it. And I can't remember which one it was. I will try and get the information. I've kept it really for that green and that orange. I did get rid of some of the shadows. Let's go through them. Let's swatch them and see what I feel. I can't even tell you the names. That's nice. These seem to be drying up though as well, but isn't that nice? It's a really nice kind of mint green shade, so we'll keep that. Then we've got this blue here. It's nice as well, keep that. I'm not just going to get rid of things for the sake of getting rid of them. Then we've got a pink. I don't normally wear pinks, but sorry about the camera, it just keeps stopping. I don't have a lot of pinks in the collection, we'll keep it. Then we've got some mattes. Let's go through them. So I've got this orange. Oh, that blends out well. Keep in. Oh, this one is absolutely a stunner. It reminds me of the one from the Peanut Butter Cup. Yeah, it reminds me of that. This palette needs to be used soon. Look at that. I've recently done a look with the peanut butter cup. I'll try and link it to the video if I remember. And then we've got this one here as well. I think I'm going to keep the rest of these shadows. Yeah, let's keep them. So we've got a nice little colourful palette there. And I can put like 3 more shadows up at the top. Right, so now we're going to a really old palette. So it's the Stealer. This is the last one from the first drawer. Eyes Are the Window shadow palette. It's in Soul. They did quite a few of these ones. I think I'm going to keep it. Let me just swatch some shades. This one is Virgin on the cool tone side. Like this one here is very cool. So what I'm going to do is just swatch a few shades. Oh, that's a nice brown. This one here is Kitten, which everyone raves about. Look at that. It's so metallic. They don't actually do this palette anymore, which is a shame, I feel like. A lot of these shades in here I didn't use because I didn't like those kind of shades at the time. Oh, that one's crumbly. So that one is that one. I need to use it. I mean, I guess this one is on the chopping block as well, just because I've not used it in a while. And I need to use it to find out if it's still okay to use. If it's not, then that'll be going into the bin as well. Because I mean, makeup only lasts for so long, doesn't it? All these are getting swatched. Well, most of them. Yeah. So I'm really liking this shade here. This shade, Kitten. That shade there. So I'll pull it out. Probably next year now, and we'll do some looks with it, because I don't think I've ever done like any looks with it. Maybe do 4 looks instead of 5, and we'll see if I want to keep it, and if I don't want to keep it, then maybe in the spring or summer we'll do another declutter. This declutter is just the one that I'm doing for the end of the year, and so I can give some palettes to my niece. So really in this section it's poor. All we've got rid of, and I know anything is better than nothing, all we've got rid of is 6 singles, so they're going to get decluttered into the bin. Let's just pop them there, and I'm going to get the other eyeshadows from the other drawers. Okay, so this is all the eyeshadows from the second drawer. I can never pronounce this one, so it's Shu Umaru, I think. And this is what this one looks like. This one looks pretty. Let me just do the swatches and just see if they're all like okay to use. This is a really good travel palette. Some of them kind of drying up. Yeah, that pink there is drying up. For the most part they seem okay. I could definitely get away with using these 4 eyeshadows here. These, I don't know about the white actually. Let me just... The white's pretty okay as well. Right, okay, so we'll keep it for now. I'm probably going to say that in a lot of these eyeshadows, just because, like, the ones that I'm certain I'm not going to use again, I don't mind decluttering. But the ones I'm not certain of, obviously I'm not going to just hand them over. I've paid a lot of money for all this makeup. So that one is the Sweet Beige Brown palette, by the way, guys. Can we zoom in? I'm hoping this is going to be in focus, otherwise I'll have to film it again tomorrow. Right, now we've got like a MAC duo. It's not, they're not both MAC eyeshadows, this one is though. Oh, let me just try and get it out. Right, so this one is called Tempting. So it just looks like that. That's really, really pretty. See, these were the days when I would wear nothing but bronzes on the lid, and then I put this shade in with it. This one is Luster from one of the Zoeva palettes. I can't remember which one it is. Rose Golden. Was the one called Rose Golden? Something like that. And that's just a normal like cream shade. So that's being kept. This one I've not had that long. It's the Laura Geller Hollywood Glam eyeshadow palette. It's really, really pretty. I'm not going to do swatches on it. We'll be here till next Christmas if I do. Then I've got two Charlotte Tilburys, which is that one, which is the Vintage Vamp, which again is real, real pretty. I've done a look on one of these. I'm not too sure which it is. This one or the other one that I'm going to show you in a minute. Whichever one it is, I will leave in the description boxes, because I can't fit every look that I've done in the cards or at the end of the video. So if I remember, I will leave it in the description box. Then we've got this one. So this one is the Dolce Vita. Again, real, real pretty. So keeping those two. This is where I'm conflicted. I paid quite a bit of money at this. It was £26 or thereabouts, which isn't the most you can spend on an eyeshadow palette, I know, but it's still expensive. To not have hardly got any use out of it. And the reason I don't like it is for these red tones. I mean, I know it's got all these other tones in there as well, but I've not used it in such a long time. Do I really need to keep it? I like that shade. No, let's get rid of it. If I spend too much time thinking about it, I'll keep it. So that one's going. Right, we've got a Chanel one here. This one is called Scene Particular or something like that. It's just a quad, which looks like that. I don't know. I mean, that's a nice taupe shade, and I do wear them more now. It's not pigmented. That's a nice purple shade. Doesn't look purple, does it? It looks black. Then we've got a nice gold here. I'm going to give it to my mum. Right, then we've got a Christian Dior one up next. So it's this one here. I got this for my birthday one year, and this one is called Dior Glow Designer. So this one has got a really nice blush in it as well. Really nice for this time of year. Right, so my blusher collection at the moment has been giving me blah vibes, just because it's got more corals and peaches in, and we're in autumn and winter, and I want to use shades like this more. So I need to start bringing this out. I keep forgetting it. Because it's in my eyeshadow palette drawer, I keep thinking to myself it's just an eyeshadow palette, but it's not. It has blush as well, just like the YSL one does. Right, so the eyeshadows weren't that pigmented on the eye from what I can recall, but I didn't try it right when I built up the shades. The only thing I don't like about this is it's a companion palette. It's a completely shimmery palette. Right, so again, I would never get rid of it. It was a gift, and you can use it like as a compact as well, with it having that big mirror. So it's staying regardless. Let's put it back in its pouch. Does anyone else keep these pouches by Dior? I feel like you're obviously paying for the pouch, so I just don't like getting rid of it. Right, that's that. Then we've got this Morphe one. I really, really love this. I don't use it as often as I should. It's called Morphe the Little It's called Morphe the Little Palette, and then it's called Awesome Blossom. And I love it for these three shades here, and that's why I won't get rid of it. And I'll just swatch them for you. Right, so this one is like a blue brand. I've got tons of them in my collection at this point. But before I got this palette, I didn't have anything. And this teal shade. Look at that teal shade. I need to do a look with that soon. And the rest of the shades are really nice as well, but they're my favourite shades in the palette. I need to get another wipe. Yeah, the rest of the shades in in the palette are really nice as well. I don't much care for this maroon one and this one here, but if you know me, you'll know I don't like them. But yeah, we'll bring this out again soon and have a little play with it and do maybe a free looks one palette. The next one is the Pixie by Petra. Really like this as well. It's the Mesmerizing Mineral palette in Desert Sunset, and this one is a really nice travel palette as well. So you've got all these mattes, 4 mattes and 2 shimmers. Shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. Now personally, I wouldn't pay for this at full price. I just don't think it's worth it when you can get other palettes. I mean, Pixie, I don't think it's a drugstore brand, but those 2 shimmers alone are worth it. And then I do like this like orange here. Which isn't, I think I've swatched too many things at this point. Right, that one there, I do like that as well, so I wouldn't get rid of it because I like those. Right, what have we got left? 3. So now we've got the Kat Von D Shade and Light, and I know I've had this ages. I know all the drama surrounding it. This is a completely matte palette. Got it for this shade here. It's in this one is in Rust. Got it for that shade originally. Just because I wanted more mattes in my collection. Just look at that. Look at it. It blends out like a dream. So yeah, I know the drama. And you know, I don't much care for Kat Von D, if I'm being honest, or Jeffree Star, but I do like the makeup, and I wouldn't go out and buy any more of their products, I don't think, at this point, unless they brought out something revolutionary. I've not even, like, I know they've got KVD line, I've not even seen anything that I like in that line. So yeah, it's just makeup in my opinion. Right, so I got this ages ago, and what I need to do, I'm not going to pass it on to anyone. I need to figure out if I want to keep it. It's really good for travelling. So you've got all these eyeshadows. It is a stunning palette, and then you've got a blush, a highlighter. Sorry, it's 2 blushes. That's a nice one for this time of year. Right, let's check out the shimmers. Yeah, they're really metallic. They're nice. I think it's a keeper, guys. I had it in my head that I was going to declutter that into the bin, but I'd rather it stayed in my collection than be decluttered into the bin. And then here, I don't think I much cared for this highlighter, but I like those 2 blushes. Oh, that blush is really nice. This one here. So yeah, I can bring that out for more like autumn winter blushes and not like have to worry about buying it. I thought about, I'm going into town tomorrow, and I thought about getting some more like autumn winter blushes, but I actually don't need it, so I'm glad I've done this tonight instead of obviously in the next couple of days. And then the last one here is the NARS Aysl, and it's got 2 eyeshadows in it. This one is stunning, absolutely stunning. I got this when I was really into bronze. I mean, look at that. Look how kind of metallic and wet it looks. And then we've got this dot. So that's like a gold, which I haven't used too much. I use this one more, but they are really pretty. I need to pull that into a makeup stash soon. Right, so that's all of the eyeshadow palettes from the second drawer. I think this is just going to be small eyeshadow palettes, guys, and then I'll do the other ones on a different video. It's just going to be too long. Right, on to the third little drawer from the acrylics. Right, so I got this one recently. It's the Colourpop Going Coconuts. Not going anywhere. We all know what it looks like at this point, but this is what mine looks like. I bought it brand new. It's still got like the foam on here. I just leave that on, so like when I'm filming you can't really see anything. But yeah, I don't know where that cut off, but I just finished showing you my Colourpop Going Coconuts palette. The next one is this Urban Decay Ultimate Basics. Hardly used it, guys, as you can see, and I definitely want to have a play with like these tones here. So they are Commando, Tempted, Instinct looks really nice. My sister got me this years ago when it was first released. Let's see if this, oh yeah, they're still nice and buttery. Yeah, I think you'd really need to build them up, and I think it's not showing on my wrist because I've swatched that many things at this point. Comes in gorgeous, gorgeous packaging, and I just want to keep it because obviously it's sentimental, and it cost her a lot of money, you know, and I don't like to be wasteful. Right, so the next one is this Urban Decay Gwen Stefani, and this is a classic. I just look at this sometimes. I don't think I've used it in a really long time. I feel like I could still use it. Like, you know, it still seems creamy enough to be used. I mean, this shade here, Danger, is absolutely pretty. Wow, look at it. Can you see it? Oh, that is so nice. I think I'm going to have to do a look with it. I know it's kind of gross because it's old. And that is pretty. Those two shades together would make an awesome look, I feel. So that's two of the shades from that. I'm not going to swatch them all. I don't think I've ever used that pink up at the top, that Steady shade. Yes. So yeah, that's not going anywhere. And even if it was dry as hell, I would still be keeping it just because it's iconic and it's Gwen Stefani. How can you not keep anything from Gwen Stefani? I wish I would have got the blusher one as well, but I just saw this when I went to my local Debenhams. I'm not too sure whether I got it on sale at the time, but yeah, I really, really do like it. Right, so this isn't groundbreaking by any stretch of the imagination. It came in glossy box last month. It's the LA Splash Magic Palette, I believe. Yeah, LA Splash Magic Eyeshadow Palette. The packaging is stunning, I'll give them that. And I did really enjoy using them. I mean, I could get these 4 shades, these 5 shades, in any single palette that I've got. I've got a lot of palettes. The only reason I kept hold of it and didn't put it in a giveaway is because I wanted to try the formula, so I was being quite selfish. I'm just going to show you the formula of the shimmers. That's what they, you can't see it, that's what they look like. And that gold shade's absolutely stunning. Then we've got the shimmery pink shade. And then we've got the orange bronze. So that's those 3 shimmers here. So the pink is that, then that shade is that shade, Citrine, and then the amber shade is that shade, and then that one's called Rose Quartz. And I noticed someone was selling this on Depop. If you live in the UK and you don't subscribe to Glossybox but want it, I think she's selling it for £8, which, to be honest, I know the palette's worth £29, but I feel like she's taking the piss a bit because obviously she'll be wanting postage on top, so that's £2 or £3, and that pays for the majority of the Glossybox. If I was selling it, I wouldn't be selling it for that much. I'd be selling it for like £5 plus postage, you know. But that's just me. We've got the Kevyn Aucoin Jewel Pop, which is fairly new to the collection. It's an Iron Face palette. This got so much stick when it was released, but I actually quite like it, guys. I've not tried all the shades. I really want to try this shade next. The first time I used this palette was with Citrine. They're really soft. So look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I want to try Emerald. Emerald's like more matte. I don't know if I do want to try that now. And then we've got Ruby. I'm only swatching the shimmers. Ruby's nice. My fingers are so dirty. What happened to me actually not swatching anything, and then we've got Topaz, and then we've got a few like we've only got Moonstone and Mahogany that I haven't swatched, and I'm not going to. Then we've got the iconic sculpting powder by Kevyn Aucoin. Mine's in medium, which is absolutely fine for me. I was a bit worried it was going to be too dark at first. And then we've got this Rose Quartz. So we've got a shimmer blush here and then a more like taupey shade here. And what I tend to do is go in with the kind of matte shade first. You do have to have a really thin brush. And then I go in over the top with the more shimmery shade. So that is the... I mean, it's not that pigmented. I will say that it isn't that pigmented. It shows up on my skin tone because I'm pasty as hell, and that's really, really patchy, which I never noticed when I was putting it on the skin. But together, can you see how nice it looks? That looks nice for the summer, and then just going in with that shade looks really nice for the autumn and winter. So yeah, I definitely need to use that, even just for the face products. Right, so now we're coming up to the Kylie Burgundy palette, and I've always got something to say on this. I just don't know if I want to keep it in the collection, but again, you know, it's really old. I think it's 4 years old at this point, so that's too old to pass on to my niece, so I would just be decluttering this into the bin. The palette itself isn't that expensive, but when you consider shipping and customs, I paid like £45 for one single palette, which is absolutely ridiculous. I do like the more bronzy shades in the palette, so that one and that one. It's when it comes to the more reds, and that's just silly. It's called a burgundy palette, so of course it's going to have more burgundy shades in it. Let's just swatch some of these shimmers. That actually looks quite nice. Right, so again, that's another one for the chopping block. I did say earlier it would be on the chopping block though. And we'll be using that soon. I'm going to try not to bring too many eyeshadow palettes in 2021 and just try and get through the chopping block ones, because there are quite a few that are on the chopping block. This isn't one of them. It's the Winky Lux Uptown Kitten palette. It is stunning. I need to swatch these. Right, so I'm going to swatch all of the shimmers. Right, so that's what they look like. That's all of the shimmers. So the first one is called Socialite. That one is called Trust Fund. That one is called Heiress. That one is called Dollars. That one is my favourite. It's called Beauty Queen. So this one is like a peachy shade, and it's got like gold undertone. They are so pretty. I would highly recommend this. I picked this up, and I do actually like these more mauvey tone mattes as well. I like every single shade in this palette, even this shade down here, but it's more brown with a bit of a red undertone. It's called Wine and Dine that. I picked this up from TK Maxx, and I think it was like £5 or £6.99, and then I went to Boots about a week later and it was £20 in Boots. You can't get this in Boots anymore, they've stopped doing it. But before they stopped doing it, they brought a smaller one out, and that had 6 eyeshadows in, and there was smaller pans, and it was called the same name, it just didn't have all the shades. So I think they might have updated it. So that's all of them. So we're just going to take these eyeshadows off, then we can go down to the 4th drawer. We're getting there slowly, guys. Okay, so we're on the 4th drawer. Right, so I've got this one. This is the MUA Luxe Metallic Eye Palette in Alchemy. So these are all creams. I don't know if I want to keep it. I mean, I've kept it all along for this shade here. It really is old at this point. Maybe I'll do a look with it and see how it looks, because I really just don't like binning stuff, which is where it will end up, until I've tried it. So that's another chopping block item. Right, next up we've got the Palette Le Nudes by Bourgeois. And I used this at the very start of the year, I think. So it looks like this. It's got some nice cool tones here, which are really nice. Look at that one. I mean, I don't need to keep these, if I'm being completely honest. I've got the Natasha Denona Glam, but that is stunning. This is a nice one for travelling. It's really compact. So that's what them three look like. So them three are just those. The only problem with those is I wish it would have had like a lighter transition shade. So it's basically, I would say it is a cool palette actually. I was going to say it's not cool and it's not warm, but it's got purples in it, so. And this, I would say this is not a standalone, sorry. I would say this is not a standalone palette, but I'm going to keep it anyway because I do really like it. This one is fairly new to the collection. It's Revolution Pro Ultimate Eye Look Palette. This one is Ocean Treasure, that's the shade. And when I did a look with this, I really didn't like how it came out. These blues here, I just couldn't get them to work. Maybe it was just me. I mean, that is a stunning blue. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? And that one is too. It's really, really, I think it was just too pigmented for me. I hadn't long been using blues. And yeah. Then you've got a nice silver. And then it's just a base cream ivory shade, so I won't really show you that. But they're the three like really nice metallics, and then the matte there. And then obviously you get that cream shade as well. So I'll keep it for now. I'll have another little play with it, and if I really don't like it, then I don't know. I only bought it for the packaging. 2021, Andrea, you need to make some better choices and don't just buy for the luxury packaging. It is beautiful, but yeah, I'm gonna play with that, and we'll kind of put it on the chopping block. Right, so now I've got 5, I think. Yeah, 5 e.l.f. palettes. So we've got this one. This one is Truffles. Really, really love it. Again, it's got this taupe shade in that I really like. And then we've got 3 mattes. So I won't swatch it. We all know what a taupe shade looks like. This one though, I have to swatch. So this one was the first one that I got. I saw this on the e.l.f. website, and then not long after, no, I actually got this from the e.l.f. website, and they said that I was going to get free shipping, and they never gave me free shipping. So the shipping actually came to more than the actual palette did. I've got a video on this as well on the channel. And then this one is called Jalapeno, but guys, it is super pretty. Right, I'm just going to swatch the 2 shimmers, just so you can see how pretty it is. Look at that. I would highly recommend that one. It's one of my faves, if not my favourite. This one, however, not so much. I got this just to test. There's like 6 palettes in my local Superdrug, and I've got 5 of them now. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get the blue one, and then I can say my least favourite to favourite. I want to do a video on that. I'll see when I next go into Superdrugs. So this one is Pumpkin Pie. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's nice, but yeah, I can get these shades anywhere in my collection, but it's nice to have them like in a little palette like this to travel with if I ever feel like warm tones. It is nice. It's just at the moment not me and my vibe. I'm going through so many wipes. It's absolutely freezing here, guys. It's -1 and I'm sat here in a t-shirt. What am I thinking? Right, the next one is another favourite. I absolutely love rose tone shimmers, and this one is the Rose Water palette. Love these shades here. I love them all, actually. It's just a really nice travel palette again, so my hand's not dry. Look at that. Again, really, really reflective. So I'm keeping all these if you hadn't noticed. And then we've got the cream sugar one, which I really, really like as well. I put this all over the lid and it looked really nice. I've not used this shade yet. So I've used the 3 shades. I used the 2 mattes and I've used that, but I've not used that. So I want to do another look with that one and that one. That'll be coming up in an upcoming video. And then we've got this one. So I made this palette. Let's start again. I made this palette. It's the Essence My Must. Okay, so this is editing Andrea, and we need to be really quick because this video is longer than I ever expected it to be. It's like an hour long, or verging on an hour long. So I'm just going to show you the palettes that I've got left in this small eyeshadow palette Declutter collection. So I was talking about this one when it cut off and my card was full. So it's the Essence My Must Haves, and basically it's just 4 eyeshadows that I picked. I really like this one and this one. That one's a bit patchy, actually. Yeah, I really like that peach, but it is a little bit patchy and powdery. So that's that one. Then I've got 17 Easy on the Eye. I got this in PR from Boots when a long time ago, before like 17 no longer kind of exists, and I got that then. It's quite an old palette, but it's got these rosy tones in. I'm going to keep it for the rosy tones. And this one is in the shade Birthday Suit. Then I've got this Essence G'day Sydney palette. I really, really like this shade here. This green, olive green. I'll swatch that. Look at that. That is really, really pretty. Right, so we've come to this Sunkissed Fluorescent Glow. Now, this one's going in the bin. Like I said earlier, I'm sure this one gave me an eye infection. I don't want to pass it on to my niece, so we'll declutter that one into the bin. Then I've got this. This one is kind of falling apart at this point. I did get this off my sister. I think I'm just going to put that into the bin as well. I'll declutter that. Then we've got the Essence Beautiful. This one is absolutely stunning. That's going nowhere. So that one is, I think, the 4th drawer. I think there's only one more drawer to go now. So I'm just going to put these away and then we'll go through the other drawer, and then that will conclude the video. Okay, so let's just go through the last few palettes. So I've got this Ted Baker one. It says the name of my channel, Beauty with Andrea. I don't know if you can see that. I got it inscribed when I got it, and I love this shade here. I've not actually used it, so yeah, we'll keep that one. Then I've got this number 7 palette. This really needs to go in with my blushes, and no, I decided to use this as like some rosy tones for eyeshadow. I might get rid of that at some point because I'm starting to build my rose toned eyeshadows up. Then I've got this Disney Lion King. I got this last year for Christmas, I believe. Actually, no, I don't think I did. I think I got that around my birthday time, and it's called the Wild Side palette. To be honest, the eyeshadows are a little bit not very good. It's very hit and miss, but I like it for the packaging. Like I said earlier, I'm a really big Disney fan, and I got this one for Christmas last year. It's the 90 Years of Magic Disney Mickey the True Original eyeshadow palette, and that one is the Wild Side palette. They brought that one out for the Lion King movie, I believe. And then this one is exactly the same. Not great eyeshadows, but I'm just keeping it for the packaging. Then I've got this Maybelline Gigi Then I've got this Maybelline Gigi Hadid palette. I don't think I pronounced her name right. I got this from TJ Hughes. I really like it. Not used it that often, but we're definitely keeping that. I've got this MUA Luxe Enrapture palette, and it's a dupe for the Hourglass ones. I'm going to use it, but I think after that I'll declutter it. I've also got this Bourgeois quad here. I've had it a while. It's in Smoky Stories, and then it's in Grazy and Love. I don't know about this one. Oh, that's a pretty gold. Yeah, we'll keep it. Then I've got these two Primark ones. So we've got the PS Chocolate Eyeshadow Palette. Look at it, it's all come out. I need to scrape that out. The smell of chocolate, and then these two shades are really nice. So yeah, I need to scrape that out because I kind of lost that eyeshadow. And then we've got the PS Chocolate Eyeshadow Palette, which looks like that, which is absolutely a stunner. And that one smells of chocolate as well. They're really nice palettes to take away when you don't have to take a great big bulky one. Then we've got the Makeup Obsession ones. These are relatively new to the collection. So I've got Sweet Like Candy. I've only just really got into purples, and I wanted to try this one out. It's real pretty, especially this shade here in the shade Lollipop. Absolutely love it. I have done videos on these palettes, well, near enough all of them. I don't think I've done one on the Keep It Fresh, which will probably be coming next year now. I don't think I'll do it this year. But it is a really nice palette. Look at that, it's absolutely stunning. Then we've got Sunshine Makes Me Happy. I think Sunshine Makes Me Happy is my favourite out of them all. It was definitely one of the first ones I got. I think I bought this one first, and the Sweet Like Candy palette, and then I bought the other two when I knew that I really liked the formula. This reminded me a bit of the Her Honey by Colourpop, so I wanted to try it. In future, I think I'm just going to buy Colourpop's eyeshadow palettes. And then I've got an Oceans Blues one, which I have tried as well, which again is really stunning. And that, guys, concludes my small eyeshadow palette collection from my acrylics. So what I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to talk to you about my bigger eyeshadow palettes, and then I'll talk to you about what I'm getting rid of out of my higher end eyeshadow palette collection, because I am getting rid of some palettes, and we'll go from there. For today though, I don't think I've got rid of that much. Let's just go through it. Right, so we're going to go quickly through what I am getting rid of. So we've got the Smashbox Ablaze palette. That's going. This one's going back to my mum's, so I'm not getting rid of it, but I'm giving it back to my mum. I've decluttered this Chanel one, so that's 2. There's none of these that are going to my niece. So we've got this one here, this Colour Burst one, 3. Then the Fire Vixen one, 4. Then the Up All Night one, 5. And then the Romantic Effervescent one, that's 6. And then we've got some glitters that I'm getting rid of. So we've got 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Then I want to keep these, so I'm keeping those for myself. 13. And then we've got the eyeshadows that are kind of trashed in the bottom. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We haven't done terrible. I'm getting rid of 19 things. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I think I'm going to be able to... Right, so I really don't know where that's cut off. I think we was getting... Right, so we was just talking and I don't know where it cut off. So we've got... I'm just counting these as like singles. So we've got 6 here. So there's 6 there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I'm not too mad at that, you know. I've got rid of like 21 things. I know some of them are like just small eyeshadows, but overall it's quite good, I think. I feel at the moment we'll get rid of more things when I actually do the bigger eyeshadow palette declutter, because I know already some of the items that I definitely want to get rid of. These are all going in the bin, apart from like one eyeshadow palette. No, two eyeshadow palettes. This one and the Chanel one is going to go to my mum. I wouldn't pass these on to my niece because they're really old palettes, and a lot of them are MUA, and ever since I heard about the asbestos, you know, I felt a little bit like, oh, you know, I wouldn't pass them on. So yeah, they're being decluttered into the bin. Yes, it's wasteful, but hopefully we'll be able to get some palettes out for my niece in the second round when we do the bigger eyeshadow palettes. So thank you for watching today. I really do appreciate your time and support on the channel. It means the absolute world. If you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notifications bell as well. That just reminds you when I upload a video. Please like, share and comment, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.